every time I'm around you, it's something. Never call me and ask me how I'm doing. And if you ask me how I'm doing, it's a quick thing and then you're on to you talking about you and your problems. Welcome back to my channel. I am GlamPreezy. If you are new here, hey girl, hey. And if you are returning and you are subscribed, you know I love y'all. We locked in. Thank you so much for your support. As you can see by the thumbnail and the title, today I'm going to be discussing some positive ways that I have stayed grounded and really have addressed my mental health throughout this fibroid journey. I know that it can be extremely difficult, and I thought it was about time that we got into it. So if you want to hear more about that and you want to learn some of my techniques that I have been using, you know what to do. Keep watching. Okay, girls, so happy spring. Oh my God, I just feel so positive and filled with such light. Some heavy news came across and I did a video about that one before this one. And so I really felt today that let's get on a positive train. I talk about a lot of heavy topics, but I feel like I can do a better job of coming through with some more personal and positive videos for you all, just to keep your heads up. I don't know if you can see, it is beautiful outside today. Child, God gave us a good one. And look, I got my little spring outfit. I got my Jane's on. And ooh, there is a new Synergy kombucha. This is still not sponsored, child. Still ain't sponsored. It's still they ain't sponsored me, but that's okay. I wanted to share this with you all. This is the pomelo and pink lemonade flavor. When I was grocery shopping, I picked it up because I felt like I was looking for nice, refreshing, lighter flavors. And this one, I have never ever seen this before. So I'm gonna give this a try in this video today. Just wanted to shout that out. I always have Synergy kombucha linked down below. And look, I got my little period. Let's see. I don't know how to describe that flavor. It's citrusy, but yeah, it's citrusy. I've never had a pomelo before. This is actually very delicious. If I can find the exact one, of course I'm gonna link it for y'all. Before we get into this video, of course I have to let you know, if you are new here, hey girl, hey. If you are not subscribed, please take this moment to subscribe to the channel. It is free, it helps me out, and it also helps the algorithm to know that this information and this topic is important to you guys. Please thumbs up the video and comment down below. For my subbies, I love y'all. Y'all, I already said we locked in. What I need y'all to do is go down there and turn on your post notifications so that you are not missing new uploads, okay? And that goes for the new subbies as well. I upload a lot of videos, and I know you guys are coming in and you are brand new and you are unaware that I've made tons of other fibroid related videos. I'll have them linked up here for you. There's always a fibroid playlist and I'm always adding to that playlist. So please check out some of my other videos. What else do I have to say? Oh my God, Hi Girl Health Journey, my new website. I am adding some more things to the website in this coming week. The last thing that I added up there was the gut health resources. I'm gonna start adding my favorite books and some more studies and resources, especially for heavy bleeding and products for that. Also, I do have 5-day meal plans available for you all. They are on the website. I have some really yummy options on there. I do have a 1-day free meal plan. It's more on the basic side, but it is a true example, breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner of what I eat for not only hormone and fibroid health, but for blood sugar management. I have a coupon code for the 5-day meal plan. It is GlamPreezy. Go ahead, get y'all a discount on the meal plans. Unfortunately, I could not offer the 5-day complimentary. It was so much work, you guys, and I put a lot of thought into it, and there are some yummy, yummy meals in there. There is something for everybody in there. I'm working with quinoa and watermelon, pumpkin seeds, kale, lamb chops. Oh, I got a miso cod on there that's yummy, protein shakes, and things of that nature. I even have a trail mix that I like to make in there as well. So go ahead, give it a try. It is a download. It is always going to be linked below the video. I worked really hard to get that up for you all. You begged me for that, okay? It's over there at hotgirlhealthjourney.com. Please check it out. And let's get into the video. Come on in, because we got some things to discuss. Okay, so now that we are up close and personal, let's get into this topic. There's not gonna be a ton of research in this video. There ain't gonna be no research in this video. I might put some links down below to some helpful articles in this one, but this is more of like a personal video. But I still got notes because I got to stay on track, okay? Staying grounded and addressing mental health when you have fibroids. Wow, it can be very, very difficult. I know a lot of you are just coming into the concept or the idea that you want to go down a natural journey, a natural path. Some of you have already been healthy eaters and healthy lifestylers. However, you've still gotten fibroids and you're looking for a different method. And so over the course of this fibroid journey, I have learned so very much, such an abundance of information, you guys. And one of the points that I made way back in my very first video about fibroids and how I shrank my fibroids is really the mental health and grounding, spiritual grounding piece. It is so important. Our mental health is linked to so many things in our body. Just like I said in plenty previous videos, we have to look at our health as a whole body thing. It's not just, ooh, I have a problem here, ooh, I have a problem here, especially when we're dealing with hormone health issues. It's the entire body, okay? It's your entire endocrine system. It's your nervous system. It's your gut health. It is your muscles and physical movement. It is your elimination. It's your nutrition. It's your thoughts, okay? All of these things contribute to the fibroids, okay, and the hormonal imbalance, which is really mostly the root cause for a lot of people. Without getting too technical and sciencey, because like I said, this is not about that, I do still want to address the fact that your mental health plays such a huge role in balancing hormones. I know that that can seem super obvious for some people, but let's get into it a little bit. So there are several components here, but when you are under stress, okay, that changes our chemical makeup. And of course, our chemical makeup is made up of our hormones. So there is a stress hormone called cortisol. I'm sure that we are all aware of that. And when cortisol is off balance, everything is off balance, okay? So another thing that I want to mention is that when we are in a constant state of stress, despair, and we have that unsettled energy inside of us, it causes a fight or flight mode for the body. And that puts the body under a ton of stress. Again, leading that to alter our chemical reactions and everything that's going on, because your body is then going to perceive everything as a possible threat, okay? So with that being said, it is absolutely and utterly one of the most important things that you can do when you are trying to heal your body, whether it be trying to heal your womb or trying to heal anything else on your body. In this particular case, shrinking and healing your womb from fibroids or keeping them under control. It's very important that we stay grounded. And the idea of being grounded to me means staying present and allowing my mind to stay in the physical 3D, okay? Because sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, when I'm stressed, I'm hyper-focused on the possibilities. And those are things that may not have even come into existence yet. So that means that we're not being present because we're over here. A lot of times, women who suffer from fibroids, we get stuck emotionally in a cycle that is a vicious emotional and mental cycle where we feel guilt. We feel that we are to blame. We also have this disassociation from our body and from ourselves, where we are now kind of fighting our physical mentally. We go down a slippery slope, and being grounded in those times, to me, bringing myself back into the current reality of where I am at this point in time and not going back, most importantly, and not living in the past. The past does not exist anymore. And the future is yet to come. However, thinking forward, I think, is a more positive process, because that way we can manifest and bring to fruition positive outcomes instead of staying back here. So I hope that that makes sense. I could go deeper into that, but I will be doing a lot more spiritual videos this year. Now, this does not matter what religion you are or what faith you practice. This is just, we are all spiritual beings, all have mind, spirit, body, and we have to take care of all three, especially when we are dealing with, as women, a womb healing issue. So not to go too far off, I just wanted to kind of explain my overall thought process when it comes to staying grounded and how that is related to mental health for me. Me reminding myself to stay in the present moment and stay in the positive possibilities and moving forward mentally stops that cycle of depression and that mental kind of spiral and cycle that I start to get into. I don't know if you guys experience that same thing, but for me, it is, if I don't have anything that helps ground me and bring me back, I'm gone, you guys. Like, I just start harping on all of the negative things that I have been through instead of thinking about, I'm here right now. I got breath, I got life, I got options. I'm here right now. Forget what has happened. What has happened did not end my life. I'm here right now in the flesh right now. I have breath, I have life, I still have options. So that kind of gives me this light and this feeling of hope that, like, you know what? Whatever happened yesterday, that was yesterday. Today is a fresh start. Today is a new beginning for me. And, you know, I'm not sure what all of you all's journeys are. They're very different than mine, but we all have the fibroids and the hormonal imbalance in common. So I think that we are together in that. I spoke about this in several videos, you know, the guilt that I felt after having that surgery, you know, all of the different things that I had gone through mentally and all the things that helped lead me up to this health journey, this hot girl health journey, as I've coined it. And I think it's important for me to speak on the fact that I feel like I made so many mistakes, you know, but again, that's in the past. You know better, you do better. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. We can only continue to seek out information and move in the direction of the most high outcome. So with that being said, I want to remind you guys that not only is this journey about whole body health, it's also more than just fibroids. It's more than just heavy periods. It's more than just this condition that we have. It's literally such a powerful, powerful, powerful journey of really coming into, and regardless of what your age is and where you are in life, coming into your body and allowing that process to empower you to make better choices every day and making small steps towards the bigger goal. It can be extremely life-changing. As I've told so many people here on the internet, that this is not just about fibroids. And that's why I encourage women to go on this fibroid health journey when you do have fibroids, because it forces you to go back to the triggers and the beginning of where this all started. I really hope I'm making sense, y'all, because issues and disorders of the womb, I believe very much that are spiritual, emotional holding that we have as women. I am not saying that it's our fault that we have fibroids or that we are going through hormonal imbalance, but on a more positive note, it just means that we are ultimately in control of the outcome and the healing. We can bring light to the issue. We can bring light to some of the deeper, darker things that we've been holding. We hold the power. So I hope that that makes sense for you all and it doesn't sound too like dreamy and otherworldly, because it's true. I'm a skeptic. I'm a scientist at heart and in the mind. And I'm not one of those people that are like, oh my God, you know, I'm just believing in all kinds of things just because I want to feel positive. No, I'm telling you, as a person who has gone through this spiritual transformation through my fibroid journey, and it has been such a wonderful, wonderful process. Yeah, it's been hard. You know, I just did that video about the hard truths of going on a fibroid journey. It's hard. And at the end of the day, yes, we do want to heal ourselves and we want to resolve the fibroids, but on a deeper level, we want to really address how they got there. And that's not always a matter of physicality, if you will. Sometimes it's our state of being, whether that be mental or spiritual. Physical movement. Physical movement has been such a blessing in disguise. As I have been very open about, I was not the girl that worked out. I was not into working out. I always ate healthy and I was always health conscious, but working out, we wasn't doing it. And what a blessing it has been. You know what they say, movement is medicine. So I really do want to encourage you all to get moving. I see some ladies in my comments talk about they have huge fibroids or they're in a lot of pain and they are physically limited by this. And I would like to address this. My largest fibroid this time around was around 7 centimeters. And mind you, I had about a half dozen, but I was not in any shape to do the type of physical things that I'm able to do today. I was inhibited physically in so many ways through the pain and the agony that I was going through, but I did what I could. So I started off with just stretching and doing some yoga poses, you know, really getting into my body. Went to Marshall's, got me a yoga mat, and I got on the floor and I got on YouTube and I started doing some yoga. Then that progressed to me doing walking. I went to the park with my dogs, sometimes without my dogs, disconnected from my phone, Apple Watch, all that stuff, none of that, no headphones, nothing. Me and nature, walking. I didn't have a physical goal. I just knew that I had to move. And most importantly, I was so depressed that I just had to get out. I just had to do something else. So I found a park that was close to me, and I just went walking every single morning. And that's another thing that I would like to encourage you to do as well. Have a self-care routine. And I'm not talking about self-care as in pampering and doing facials. I'm talking about your morning routine, your daily routine, the things that you are putting into place to forward your health. Waking up, doing your physical movement, praying, meditating, whatever it is that you do, fixing yourself breakfast, like cooking yourself breakfast or preparing your food. That's also like a major one, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Really just having a routine, especially in the morning, that sets the tone for your day. And in no way am I saying you can't turn your day around if it started a little rocky, but it really does set the tone. So please understand that I get it. I get that we are all in different phases, but movement is non-negotiable. I don't care if you walk up and down your stairs or you go around the block a couple times. Move at your own pace. I have had the luck to be living in Florida when I started this journey. So yeah, it was warm all the time, but I'm from Chicago. Okay, and I understand, like, sometimes it's cold. Put your coat on, put your layers on, and go for a walk. Or you need some fresh air. You need to be out in nature, which is another one of my talking points. Getting into nature, it has been extremely healing and very grounding. I know that in this world here in 2024, it may seem like such a novel concept, getting out in nature, but in truth, it is where we are from. We're all connected. Us and the trees, us and the water, us and the turtles, child, the squirrels, all the things. We are part of nature. The technology has really disconnected us from our element, which is nature. So to me, when I am going through it, or even if I've got a tough subject or something on my shoulders, immediate medicine to me is nature. I don't care if it's a park. I don't care if it's just a spot where you just energetically align with and you just like being there. Get into nature. It can be a point of reflection for you. It can really help you to center yourself and bring you back to present. Yeah, it's really healing. And in fact, since that moment where I started incorporating walking in the park, I then incorporated the gym after that. So as I progressed in my journey and I became better and better, I was able to do more. And it's no coincidence, you know, in my first video, I'm like, I don't know if working out has got anything to do with it. Yeah, it got a lot to do with it. So I added the gym, and I sometimes started to feel disconnected again. And I felt like I need to add an element of nature. I have to get out into nature. So what I do now, I work out during the weekday, and on weekends, I go walk the trails. Find you one and go. If you don't have one, just go walk outside. It has been very soothing to my spirit, and it has just really helped me to gain perspective. A healthy diet. I don't know if I believe in low vibrational plates, but preparing my own food has been extremely grounding for me. Not only the act of preparing meals and cooking, but just going to farmers markets, finding, you know, produce markets and picking my vegetables, and just really that whole process has been extremely grounding for me. Now, I do want to make a note that I have done probably every diet under the sun. I'm in the upper 30s. Okay, so I've been around the block, and this new diet, or the way that I'm eating now, is really about health and healing myself. However, I have done them all. So with that being said, I used to be keto for years. It kept me lean, but I also felt very ungrounded. And I know that some of you all are in this spiritual space and you can probably speak more to this subject, but eating meat like that and eating too much, like eating an unbalanced diet in that way where I was eating so much meat was very ungrounding for me. It was not great for me at all, especially being that probably at the time I was very conscious of the meat, but not as much as I am now. So, you know, it not being grass-fed or ethically slaughtered or what have you, like it just was too much meat and it was too unbalanced for me, and I did not feel at my best, if you will. On the opposite end of the spectrum, if you've been following me, you know this, I had a moment there where I was vegan as well, and I was super unhealthy and very ungrounded in that diet. I'm not trying to encourage you to do one or the other, but I'm just explaining my own personal experience, especially with the two extremes. Veganism was not healthy for me because I need meat. You know, you may not need meat, but I felt very unhealthy. I was extremely anemic, which is a whole nother story, but I was not getting a well-rounded diet, and I was very, very ungrounded at that moment in time. I was just, I don't know, I just did not feel like myself. I didn't feel like myself at all in that diet. A lot of vegan food, especially right now, is processed. So you guys have to keep in mind, especially if you are not eating whole foods and preparing most of your meals, a lot of those vegan things are processed. You just gotta read it, read the package. Trust me. So if you are vegan, make sure that you go the healthier way. And if you are doing keto, make sure that you do it in a healthy way. Make sure that you are doing it with good meats and things of that nature, because, you know, as I said in my diet video, there's yucky things in all diets. It's all about the quality of food. So finding a diet that worked for me helped me ground myself. So I'm saying all that to say that what you put in your body absolutely has a lot to do with where you are mentally and spiritually, okay? Ooh, here's a big one. Defining my boundaries with people, places, and things. I always talk about this. I've talked about this from the very first video I did. Boundaries, major. Reassessing relationships that I've had with certain people, major. Whether that be family, friends, work, whoever. Whatever was not in alignment with my spirit at the time. Especially when I began this journey, I did spend some time in solitude. If you all have watched a lot of my videos, then you know that in the beginning of this, when I found out that I had fibroids again for the second time, I spent a lot of time at home because I couldn't go out because I was in extreme pain. My periods were off the charts. I was depressed, and I really went through a moment of solitude, and through that moment I kind of came out of that with physical movement, and that brought me back to the world and back to myself. And I realized after that moment of solitude, hey, this, that, her, him, it doesn't feel great being around that person anymore. Every time I'm around you, it's something. You know what I mean? Or you're emotionally dumping on me. You never call me and ask me how I'm doing. And if you ask me how I'm doing, it's a quick thing, and then you're on to you talking about you and your problems. Or somebody who is constantly pushing your boundaries and not respecting your boundaries. Or, you know, there are people, places, and things that just don't feel good to us, as opposed to some people, places, and things that we get around and we just feel more of ourselves. Like, you ever have a friend when y'all see each other, nothing else exists. Like, y'all are just in it. Whatever it is, y'all could be talking about something or laughing or enjoying yourselves, and it's just organic. And when you leave that person, you just be like, damn, I love the hell out of that person. I cannot wait to see him or her again. Those are the relationships that I nurtured. The other ones, they had to go. And again, I've said this in previous videos, I have relationships right now that I ended during this process that it hurts to think about, but the peace that I've gained, the clarity that I've gained, the wholeness that I gained, and just coming back to myself has been such a positive experience. And I do encourage you to have boundaries. If your job is sucking the life out of you, try to find another one. Don't quit till you find another one. Try to find some greater purpose in life and choose things that uplift you. I know life is hard, and I don't want to seem like I'm out here in rose-colored glasses, but I've had a hell of a life, you guys. And in a positive and a negative way. I mean, actually, there's no negative, it's all lessons. There you go. I've been through a lot. So I think I'm pretty wise in that there's always going to be something for you. You know what I mean? The longer that you use your free will to stay in a space that you know is not serving you and that you know is not for you, is only delaying you finding those spaces that really support you and help you become more of yourself and help you onto your path to whatever your personal journey is and your purpose in this world is. And I know that that sounds like this is so beyond fibroids, but it's not. It is a whole body, mind, spirit journey. So defining those boundaries has been everything to me, really understanding that this does not feel good to me. This makes me sad. This drains me. This depresses me. You know, this makes me feel angry versus this recharges me. This makes me feel great. This makes me laugh. This makes my spirit feel lighter. This makes me hopeful. You know what I mean? We always have to stay in accountability in that we have to push to keep ourselves in spaces that nurture us. So I don't want to keep going on and on about that point, but as women, I already have said this so many times. Sometimes we're the last ones that we stand up for. During this journey, let you be the first one. Stand on business. It's time to start standing on business, especially when you're trying to heal yourself. And I don't care whether you are going on this natural hormone journey or whether you're going to decide to do surgery. Whatever you decide, you're still going to have to arrive at a point where, okay, it's time to go left or right on this journey. I can go the healthy way, I can do things that nourish me, or I can go back down the path that got me here. Keep that in mind. I want to say this last point, and then I'm going to talk about some techniques that I've been using to help me stay grounded and in a good mental space. And of course, I do want to mention therapy. Whoa, I don't know what it is. It's 2024, but in my community, I feel like we still have this taboo about mental health and therapy. It's nobody's business. You don't owe anybody anything. You only owe it to yourself to try something different. If you have not tried therapy, please try it. It can equip you, which it's supposed to do. It's not a magic wand. It's supposed to equip you with tools to help you to stop negative mental processes and kind of get you out of the stuck space. If you don't feel like your spirituality or your faith is strong enough, and there is nothing wrong with that, because when you are going through health issues like this, you lose faith in everything. If you feel like you can't call on those things, please try therapy. There are so many resources for therapy, whether in person or at distance, phone, on the computer, chat therapy. There's so many different ways, just so that you can have a neutral party to talk about your problems with. I beg you, please try it. Therapy has been very, very helpful and very essential in me finding tools to grab for when I can feel myself starting to go into that spiral. Back to the other talking point that I wanted to mention is positive thinking. And I don't mean just like regular positive thinking. I like to think that this is beyond positive thinking. It's more like visualizing the highest outcome, mastering the visualization of the highest outcome, and moving towards that in the 3D out here in the real world every single day. So as I said in my first video, how I would just imagine my fibroids in the morning in the shower when I was washing and doing whatever, I would meditate in the shower. I would visualize, I would touch my stomach, and I still do this to this day, especially when I'm in the shower. I will touch my womb and I'll hold it, and I'll just imagine the brightest white light going in and just evaporating them and just clearing my womb and making it a healthy, safe space. And then I would imagine that light radiating through from my womb all the way around me. I know this is a lot for some people. Envisioning that I was healthy and happy and blissful, and everything that was meant for me was coming towards me, and my blessings being answered. And I would cry, you guys. I would visualize that, and in the same time, I would feel the feeling, not the feeling that I'm feeling right now, but the feeling of being healed. What that felt like for me was overwhelming, and I would start sobbing. And it was such a beautiful moment, a beautiful moment. Every morning, I would think, if I could just get rid of this, and it would just disappear, and I could be healthy and radiant and happy, I would feel like XYZ. You know, you always have to give the visual a feeling, and the feeling is like the car that gets the manifestation going, right? So if this is too much for you, try it. I encourage you to try it. I know some of the things that I'm saying you're probably like, girl, I'm in hell. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Please believe me, because not only is that a powerful manifesting tool, it's also a powerful mind-body connection. And there is scientific evidence that we can think ourselves healthy. We're not gonna get into that part right now, but let me tell you, extremely powerful. When I think back, I literally am living in answer prayers. I am not kidding you. When I say that you have to advocate for yourself and you have to really push daily for this mental and spiritual grounding, I mean that, because it's beyond the fibroids. It's about your inner healing. It's about your inner understanding of yourself as a woman and redefining what you thought was good for you. You know what I mean? So let's get into some actual techniques and methods that I have used to help me to stay grounded and stay in a positive mental state. And I know that you guys watch my videos, and for my OGs, y'all have seen me cry. Y'all have seen me rant, and you have also seen me glowing and happy. So I don't want my video today to come off like I'm just in this blissful state. I'm not. I'm in reality. But I want you to understand the power that you have every single day to make a mental choice. Am I going to allow this state of being to drag me down further, or am I going to do something? Or am I going to reach for that higher flying disc, as Abraham Hicks would say, or that higher vibrational energy? Am I going to allow this state of being to capture my mental and my spiritual as well? Or am I going to force it out and create a possibility that is not in existence right now? I know that sounds beyond, but when you start getting on that spiritual, energetic level, that's where the magic is. Techniques. Number one, meditating has been phenomenal. A lot of us struggle with meditation because it really forces you to try and quiet your mind. That's something that has been very essential for me. And what I would highly recommend is that you do a guided meditation. That will help you. That really is better than you starting off trying to meditate on your own. Guided meditation, you can find them on Spotify. Disconnecting from media. Oh my God. TV, the computer, the phone. We are all guilty, especially me, because I have a social media platform here that is growing like crazy. Thank you. And I'm trying to always stay connected with you all. You have to cut it off. You have to cut it off sometimes, and you have to go into a state of social media detox, if you will. If you are not strong enough to stop the scrolling, just have somebody take your phone. Turn your phone off at night, or once you got your kids in the house, put your phone on silent and really focus on things that matter. If you have the type of job where you can't really do that, you can program certain numbers to be able to come through and other notifications and stuff. Cannot. Turn your Instagram notifications off. You know what I mean? Stop going on TikTok. Take a moment to really connect with the reality. When we are in here, we are not here. We're not present. And that is really important. Being present, keeping your mind, your spirit, your body all here in the 3D that is existing right now, because yesterday doesn't exist anymore, tomorrow doesn't exist yet. This is what we have. And your idea of quality time with your family or with yourself shouldn't always include TV. I'm not going to go on a rant, but there's that. Another thing that I have done, oh my God, tapping. I really want to do a video on tapping. Tapping has been a tool that I have used so many times in my life, and not even just for fibroids. I didn't even know I could use it for fibroids. And when I did start tapping on fibroids and emotional holding and other issues, whoa, it cleared out so much. If you don't know what tapping is, that is a technique that was created to help, I think it was meant to help soldiers with PTSD or something like that. It does help you release things that you were holding and keep you in a positive mind. Can also help you manifest things if you want to get on that. It's just a powerful, powerful tool. Google it. Please Google it. If you want that video from me, let me know. Ooh, crying. Oh my God. I know y'all probably seen me cry already on this channel. I used to never cry. I was never a crier. I am an Aquarius. I don't know if that means anything to you all, but air signs are not emotional. We are distant and we are not emotional. I used to hold everything in, and I know that this can be cultural because a lot of our families are a matriarchy, and that means that women run our families. A lot of us, we see them constantly having to be strong, never breaking down and never showing weakness and never having a softer side and never letting all the things that they're going through show. However, softening and really getting into my emotions and allowing myself to emotionally purge through crying, game changing. I'm crying now, y'all. I'm crying. I don't care. I don't care how it makes me look. I don't care. I'm crying. We've gone through too much. We have gone through too much. We deserve a moment to emotionally purge, because when we do not get those emotions out through journaling, journaling. Oh, damn. I almost forgot to mention journaling. Child. I'm gonna get right back to it. But when we don't allow those emotions to get out, that get stuck, You know what I mean? And it's very unhealthy. It's extremely unhealthy, and it keeps us in that state of like that fight or flight mode, which makes me circle back to the physical movement thing. That is another medium for which to let go of emotional holding and energetic buildup. That's why another reason why physical motion is so important. And on a positive note, I think about how blessed I am. Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm instantly crying. I think about, oh my God, look at what I have created out of nothing. I'm crying. I'm instantly crying. The fact that I am not in utter turmoil every month on my period, I'm crying. Like, you know what? Y'all can talk about me, but I don't care. I'm crying. It has honestly been such a beautiful tool, and I implore you to start crying. Absolutely. Go in the bathroom and cry. Get it out. Lastly, journaling. Oh my God. I used to preach this to my little sister all the time. I have to write it down. I have to get it out. Writing down your goals, writing down your emotions, writing down what you want to happen, writing down, writing letters to people who have really hurt you and burning it. That has been, whoa, major, major, major in my healing. I've had to write letters to, my parents about certain things that I felt have affected me in my life. And I don't send it. I don't give it to them. I write the letter and I put it in the fire and I let the energy go. Writing letters to your child self. That's a deep one. That is a deep one. That childhood healing thing, major. Write a letter to that little girl you know what I mean? Oh my God, you wanna talk about crying? Whoa. Writing has carried me through my entire life. And if you ever see my office, you will see I always have tons of journals, just notebooks and journals and places to write. I really do like that physical paper and pen. Get it the hell out, however that be. On that note, I would like to really encourage you to try some of these techniques to see if it helps you get grounded. You have to be consistent. Okay, I want to remind you that if you take up one of these mediums or multiple of them, try it out for 30 whole days and then make your decision. Don't do it once and say, oh, GlamPreezy told me to journal and I journaled once and I didn't feel better. No, ma'am, that's not the way it works. You want to create a habit of journaling daily and really put yourself into it. Don't just write stuff on a piece of paper. Get into it, which you actually could do automatic writing, and that's a whole nother thing. We're not talking about that today. But really get into it. Put yourself into it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going to do the meditation piece or getting out into nature. Really allow yourself to let go and live in the possibility. Forget what people told you about fibroids. Just for that moment. Forget what you know. Forget what they've said. Forget what the media is talking about. Shut it out and put yourself in this little bubble where only your highest good and your highest self and your highest outcome exist. Even if it's just for that moment. You deserve to live in a world of possibilities, because what if it don't work out? But what if it does, though? What if it does work out? You can't stay in a state of pessimism and doom and gloom. I know that it is hard, it is rough, but please reach for the light. Please reach for the light. And I'm not saying that one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I reached for the light and I found it. It is a daily practice, which is why it's a journey, okay? So with all of that being said, I just want to remind you that you always have me in your corner, you guys. Please get down in those comments. Please try some of these techniques. Please try to remind yourself that if you have breath, you have options. You woke up today. Today is another option, another choice, another opportunity for you to make better choices, different choices, a chance for you to learn a new technique, learn something that could help you along your journey. And also, please remember that this is about your whole body health, including your mental health, including your spiritual health, not just your fibroids. But in truth, it's best that we look at everything from a macro lens, where we are looking at all the things that are involved, everything that is affecting you, and really taking this journey to a whole nother level. Because I do hear people say, you know, I'm healthy, I eat healthy, I don't understand, I'm vegan, I'm this, that, and the other. It's not just about what you're eating. Although the nutrition piece is major, And again, I've said this time and time again, I think it's more about quality of food and managing blood sugar when it has to do with diet, because everybody has a different idea of what's healthy. It's not just that, it's all of the things. It's all of these touch points that we need to address in order to have whole body healing. I am so very, very grateful to have had you guys with me today in this video. I hope that you enjoyed this. This is way non-traditional for me on this channel, but I would really like to get into some more spiritual talks with you all. Please don't forget to check out hotgirlhealthjourney.com. I'm going to be loading some more resources on there. Subscribe for the newsletter monthly, and with that subscription to the website, you will be notified first when things are uploaded. And I also let you know about videos that are coming. Check out the 5-day meal plans. Again, I put a lot of work into there, and they're so yummy and they're great to have. You know, I'm a foodie. I like good food, so I got some good things on there. Use code GlamPreezy when purchasing your meal plan. Get 15% off. It's been a pleasure. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? It's free. Come on, join the family. I'm always talking about something useful for your hormone health journey and your fibroids. Make sure that you have your post notifications turned on so that you are not missing new uploads. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the outpouring of love on all my videos. Thank you guys for constantly being vulnerable and telling me your stories. I love you guys so very much. Until the next video, happy spring, you guys. I will see you in another one.